Merry Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas, God bless us, everyone.
And Tiny Tim.
The best Christmas movie of all time, everybody. Say it with me.
No,
The Muppets
we
Christmas
don't
Carol.
speak of the Muppets.
So sorry. This is my one time of the year that I'm allowed to.
To speak of the Muppets?
To speak of the Muppets.
To speak of the Muppets.
That sounds like a replacement for a curse word. Speak of the Muppets.
Speak of the Muppets. Should be.
I love your beautiful Christmas tree.
Thank you. It looks flat on top because I was trying to get the snowflake star on, and it's too heavy.
What did you do last year?
We had it. We just got it somehow. I don't know how.
You finangled.
And I was getting frustrated, so so it looks really flat on top.
It does look like it has a flat head, but it'll have a star on it eventually.
Eventually, yes.
It's gorgeous.
It's simple this year. I didn't put all the ornaments on. I just put a few balls
I think
on.
everybody's been doing that. I don't know what it is about this year, but we're like,
I don't either.
I can't be bothered to get all this stuff out.
And I just did it like last night. I had the tree up.
Oh, I
Had the
thought
tree
you
up for like a
okay,
week,
yeah.
but
You just decorated
I
it.
just decorated it.
What is your feelings on colored lights for a Christmas tree?
I like it.
What colors though? Would you accept a purple light?
I don't know.
Just say no.
No.
My mom, it's literally like who's changing the colors, and it's me and my mom fighting over the color. Yeah, because she likes the colored ones, and it's like red, blue, green, yellow, purple, and I'm like, this is absolutely vile.
I like red, blue, green. Red, blue, green.
I like red, green, yellow.
Red, green, yellow.
Like the kind of vintagey, especially for outside lights. If I see a purple light on Christmas, I will.
It's just not. It just
bust it.
Doesn't fit the flow. Like
No.
I get annoyed with these lights. See, because you'll see they turn and I think there it goes purple. And I wish it had a setting where it would only flash like green, red, and white, and maybe blue.
If you're feeling bluey.
Yeah, but
I'm just a firm believer in some steady, warmish Christmas like that. Perfect. Maybe a little twinkle. I love a little twinkle.
Little twinkle.
But not aggressive twinkles.
Yeah.
But your tree's beautiful. I approve of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you done anything Christmassy?
I made eggnog last night.
The nog?
Made the
Was
nog.
it alcoholic nog?
It was.
Are you crunk? Are you
I did
drunk?
put some rum in it. It was not good.
I don't think I've ever had eggnog and was like,
I like eggnog. I like the kind of like the dairy. What is the
Lactaid?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Yeah. Somebody commented
the cow on it
on my work and asked, "Do you have lactate-free or lactose-free like eggnog?" And I was like, "Do not be parading that around. That's embarrassing for you."
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can't even look at dairy, but don't be parading that around. Go check. And that's my judgment of the day. So you made some eggnog.
I made some eggnog and it was chunky.
Ew, please. I'm literally going to throw up on you. I'm not kidding.
I had to strain it. I did drink it.
Oh my.
It didn't have a bad flavor. It was just the texture and
I'm about to pass out.
I was like, this is not what the instructions said would happen.
Did you make scrambled eggnog?
I think so.
That's
Scrambled egg
vile.
whites. There's no yolks, so just egg whites. But
Yolked.
yeah, I'm not doing that ever again.
My head is spinning. I'm not kidding. That's disgusting. I can't even be kind about it. So sorry. That's vile. Horrible of you.
It was horrible.
You tried. It's okay.
I did try. I wanted to be festive.
You should make mulled wine.
No.
It's good. Do you like warm wine?
Warm wine? No.
That's how it is.
I don't like warm wine.
Have you ever had it?
No, but I don't like it.
You don't know that.
Don't like it.
I'll bring you some.
Give me some
wine.
apple cider. I like
You
some
like it
apple
warm?
cider. Yeah.
It's basically the same thing. It's just like a little wine flavor.
Okay. All right. Bring me some.
I make it with, I put the wine in the slow cooker, but sliced oranges, sliced apples, cinnamon, nutmeg, star anise.
That does sound good.
Cranberries, cut it with some apple cider too. Delicious.
That does sound pretty good.
It smells amazing.
That does sound like it would smell good.
Yeah.
No, I started last year doing peppermint hot chocolate with rum in it though. And it's real good.
It's real good.
So I did have one of those while I was on my writing retreat at the cabin.
Yay, you got to go.
I did get to go. And I did not die.
Yay.
I was terribly sick on Monday, puking my guts out.
Poor baby.
It was absolutely terrible. And then Tuesday I felt also horrible and couldn't even like barely breathe. I was so like my body was so sore from puking so much.
Was it food poisoning?
No, I think it was a bug. Yeah.
I blame the kiddos.
I do too. I was also out a lot during the weekend before. I usually am not.
Probably
so
got
could have been something like that too. But then I went Tuesday and I wasn't feeling good, so like I basically went there and then tried to go to sleep at like 7:30. So I didn't do any writing or anything fun. But Wednesday it was raining all day. And it wasn't like so cold, but it was cold enough where I had like this little heater on the screen porch, and it was just like raining, and it was like this. It was like my screens that I go to sleep with, like the AI screens that I go to sleep with.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
And you were like living in your YouTube video.
I was.
That's
and I was
amazing.
writing. And I got quite a bit done. I got everything planned out for the book.
That's good.
I only have like...
Which one are you working on?
It's the sci-fi horror.
Okay.
So it's I have like maybe 6-ish scenes left to write before I'm like done with the whole complete first draft.
Wow.
And my goal is like by the end of the year, because I think I could get it done.
Yeah.
If I stay motivated.
Of course you could. That's awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
Sounds so cozy.
I only got scared one night.
Why?
Maybe 2 nights. The first 2 nights. Because it's like getting used to it, and then and literally there's 3 other cabins around that area. I was the only one there. So
no neighbors
not until Friday night. So it was really nice.
Yeah.
But it was also like, I'm the only one out here. Yeah. And it's one night there was like coyotes howling. You could hear them like over each other.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, but it was cool though. So I was in my little cabin. So
I love that for you. I'm also glad you did not die on your retreat.
Thank you.
Did you get to do any reading or movie watching?
I didn't watch any movies because the TV doesn't really work. Which is probably good.
It's keeps you
distractions. Although I did have like my iPad, and then at night, because I do need some noise just to not hear all the sounds. Yeah. I did have like Scooby-Doo playing.
Yay. Cozy.
So, cozy.
What was that?
I think that was my neighbor. Dropped something right next to the wall.
That sounds like it's right behind me.
I know. That was creepy.
I wonder if they could hear that.
Probably.
Anyway.
So yes, I did do reading. I do have some Slash&Slays. Like kind of a lot. I guess I'll start with the book that I read on my retreat.
Let's hear it.
I've been looking forward to this. I'd gotten it last week. I had held on to it. I was like, I'm not going to read this till I go on
your retreat.
And that is Grey After Dark.
Yay!
Which you have been trying to get me to read. Not that I was struggling not to read. I just couldn't find it anywhere. Like, I couldn't get it for free anywhere.
Yeah.
So I just was like, okay, I'm just buying it. And I slay it. Yay! As you know, because I was literally messaging you about it.
Yes. I was so excited. I was like, what part is she on? She read it so
I read it in less than 24 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. You just
I stayed up, I think, Wednesday night, because I started it Tuesday night, and I stayed up Wednesday, like, And I just like, I have to finish. I got to a point where I was like, I'm just gonna finish this.
Isn't that insane that it's based off a true story?
It is. I cannot
Made
believe.
me sob. I finished the last, probably, I read it on my Kindle, so I'm like, I was at like 75%. I finished the last like 15% of the book when I was at the gym, and I was like,
yeah,
crying. Like, it was at Planet Fitness.
It was so good. In some ways, like, you had told me, like, so I knew what it was about, but I'm grateful you didn't tell me, like, enough for me to know, because I think in my head I was like, I knew it was going to be kind of freaky and stuff, and that these men who kidnap her are going to be freaky, but I think I didn't know, like, how the extent
or
of, like,
what they were going to do to be freaky,
right? I think I was kind of like, okay, it's scary because she gets captured,
yeah,
but I don't know, I didn't realize it was like a whole, like, the marriage thing.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was like,
can't imagine
crawling. And I was literally like, I don't think I would have that much fight in me.
No, I would definitely be like the other girl. I'd be like, sure, I'll be your wife. Fine.
No, I think I would be like, kill me. Like, I don't,
yeah, I'll run away and get shot. I'm not gonna
marry you freak.
Yeah.
I would rather you kill me.
I think that all of her books, for the most part, that I've read so far, they're not, like, not that I ever want to blame the victim, but, you know, sometimes people will make stupid decisions for the plot.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of her characters, except for, like, maybe a few times, I've been like, what are you doing? Like, that's so dumb. I would never do that. Like, all this stuff is, like, they get in these hopeless situations, and you can see why they do these things. Yeah. Especially in Run on Red, one of the girls is, like, obsessed with true crime. And she's like, all of this time I thought I would do these things, and now I'm here and I'm like, I completely understand.
Yeah.
And she was like, and I looked down on those girls that didn't make it and couldn't make it. And, you know, so I think that she's very good at writing, like, especially since this one was like a true story.
Yeah. It was,
the romance.
Oh my God.
So good.
The romance was, that was another thing I was not expecting for there to be, like, a romance.
A very sweet romance.
And it, like, literally made me sob, like, how much he freaking loved her and was, like,
they were best friends,
going after her, and she, like, did love him. And then it was, like, the reveal of the reason why she, like, couldn't admit it to herself, because she felt guilty because she was, like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was just so good, and I literally sobbed so much.
Yeah, same.
And I just was like, I need her to kill these nasty motherfuckers.
Men. Yeah, it was so good, and yeah, I can't wait for you to read some of her other stuff.
Yes, I have asked for Andrea. I think I was gonna buy that one, and then I requested Run on Red for Christmas. So I'm all in with her. I like her.
Yeah, I was gonna read her another one of hers that was about a roommate thing. I think, but I was, like, getting freaked out, so I was like, I can't. But I need to.
Yeah, I think I saw
It's like a house on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did get my friend Heather to read her first Darcy Coates. She read Dead of Winter.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and now of course I'm like, please read the
series.
Yeah, the series with the romance. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to reread that this winter because it's so good. But yeah, I'm glad that you got to read them. Yeah, I'm glad you got to read it and you liked it.
Yes. It's books like that make me just want to write and make me want to, like, keep reading.
Yeah.
And I'm reading a book right now. It's called Hemlock Island. And
oh, please don't tell me I have that.
Okay.
No, I mean, like, tell me it's good. Okay. No.
I don't know. It could be, but it's like I did start it before I started Gray After Dark, and it wasn't like, oh, I gotta get back into it.
It was not a Gray After Dark.
It wasn't a 24-hour, let me pound this down book. And I'm still not done, and I'm like, I don't. They kind of, have you started it? You haven't started it?
No, I just read the back.
They kind of, like, throw you in where you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, in the middle of, like, in the middle of, like, it almost feels like they throw you in the middle of a thought. Like, I don't know.
Interesting.
So I...
Disjointed, yeah.
And then I don't know where it's going, which could be a really good thing, because I'm like, is this supernatural? Is this...
So I'm worried it's going to be like The House on the Lake, which Riley Sager, and I was like, oh yeah, like, cool. Oh wait, it's a ghost. What? I don't know. I just hate when it's like when it thinks that, like, you this whole time you're like, this is a thriller, and then all of a sudden there's a ghost, and you're like, what? Like, I never had a chance. Of course I could have guessed a ghost at the beginning. I don't know. Whatever. Right. I have one Slash and Slay, I think.
Okay.
I think one. Yeah, okay. Just one.
Go for it.
It is... I forgot the author's name. The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. McMahon. It is about... It has several different timelines from several different perspectives, and they all tie in together to this house in Virginia. But it's like Virginia winter, it's New Year's, like Christmas, New Year's time, so it's super like cold and windy and cozy vibes. But it's about this lady who lived in this house. She inherited it. The people are always like, she lives on the devil's hand. The devil's hand's bad. There's like this part of the woods called the devil's hand. She loses her daughter. Her daughter dies. And this is like in the 1800s. So her daughter dies. And then she finds out that there's a way to bring her back to life. Yeah. So she brings her back to life. And she's obviously not the same.
Right. Like Pet Sematary.
Yes.
Kinda?
And in this world, if you kill somebody when you're brought back to life, you stay alive forever. But you're like not the same. So that happens, and she's like stuck with her daughter or whatever. And this, like, you know, they tell the story over a long period of time. But then there's also in modern day, there's these two sisters that live in the house, and their mom goes missing, and they're like, what? That's weird. And then there's also this lady who moved to the town, and she's looking for the house because her husband just died 2 months ago, and she wants to know why he was in this town, because he died over there. And she was like, what were you doing over there? She didn't know. And then there's another lady who's looking for missing diary pages from the lady who brought her daughter back to life. And they all have the same copy of the book because they published her diary. And some people think it's real. Some people think there's lost pages. Some people, you know, all that stuff. But it got very... No, I think it was really good. I think it wasn't anything that I've like never read before. It wasn't anything like necessarily new or anything, but I did really enjoy the writing. I thought it was very beautiful writing. I really liked the characters. They were all very different. And again, you can see why they would do, you know, these things. Because you're like, why would you, knowing this happens, like try to bring someone back. And you're like, if you put yourself in that situation, you don't know what you would do. So it's like understandable. It was all mostly women, so that was nice too. I was like, that's
women's fiction.
Yeah. And then the one man, I was like, I'm in love with you. You're so nice. But no, it was very good. Very also like the lady was like, you know, riddled with grief over the passing of her daughter. And she got like tied up to the bed. She's like, she's crazy. And then she's like, I'm not crazy, you know, like it's just grief, guys. Like it's okay. But anyway, I slay it.
Okay.
And I'm interested to read more of her things.
Are you currently reading anything?
Currently, I am reading A December to Remember, which is actually like it's not really a romance. I think it's just like a adult contemporary type thing. It's the one I bought when we were together.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yes. And it's a little disturbing because it's just like my sister, so it's hard to read.
Oh, I see.
But
yeah, I forgot. I still have Love Light Farm. And I don't know if I'll read it. I'm just I'm not in the romance era. Like,
thankfully, this one's not romance because I'm not either.
Yeah.
There's just like a romance subplot. It's mostly about the sisters.
But I feel like I have to read it at Christmas or time's gonna pass.
Time will pass. That's what time does, unfortunately.
Time does pass. All it does. really.
Marches on.
Let's see. I have another Slash&Slay. This is a quick one. I read a book called Christmas Presents. It was a novella about a woman who owns a bookstore.
Mm-hmm.
That's really not that relevant. But she's I can't even think. I read it a long time. It's like 2 weeks
ago.
She like survived this killing of her friends. Her friends, or one of her friends was killed by her boyfriend at the time. Her boyfriend at the time, and then 2 of her other friends went missing. It's been like 10 years, and a lot of people think that the boyfriend had help killing the other girls or whatever, and then they find there's like other people missing. There's like a guy who's like a famous podcaster, a true crime podcaster, who comes and is trying to help solve the mystery and stuff. It was okay. It was
sounds very Frida McFadden-y, like the inmate.
It was. It had it had a little bit of that like twist that was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then the podcaster didn't really even do much.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. It was
okay.
It was okay.
Nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home. Nothing to... No Gray After Dark.
Yeah. You can slash it.
Oh, okay. I do. I mean, it was good. It was fine. It was good. Like...
But would you be like, Emily, you have to read this?
No.
Yeah, there you go. Slashed.
That's
the sound effect.
I also watched a movie.
I know you did. I feel betrayed.
I know. I told my friend. I told Bree, I was like, I don't know if I can watch this because Emily and I said we would never watch it. We literally made a video about it. It literally had controversy around it. Made a whole podcast episode.
Literally.
I did watch Smile. And I'm sorry, but okay. Like, it was exactly what we thought.
What you thought, yeah.
And
a waste of time.
Yeah, it was like It Follows, like the same concept, pretty much.
Had Brie already seen it?
No, I will say, I did get jump scared. 2 times.
I figured that it was. Did you get the one with the head in the
window
that was always in the commercial? Oh, okay. Yeah, you knew that was coming.
That one I laughed.
Yeah,
because
you're like, there it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It freaked Brie out. I was like, Brie,
haven't you seen the commercial? Like 500 times?
Laughed about this.
Yeah.
This was the reason we did not want to see it. No, there was a part where she was like listening to something, and then this head like popped up and like yelled her name, and it did get me.
Yeah.
And then there's like one other thing I gasped at. I can't even remember what it was. But Brie was like, it did. She was like, it made you jump scare. I'm like, just because it made me jump scare doesn't make it a good movie.
No, I think if the concept's not scary enough to scare you, they have to put in jump scares.
No.
So.
No.
Did she like it?
I think so.
It's just like, yeah.
Again,
nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home about. So, guys, I did it. I saw it. I don't plan to see Smile 2, but I feel like I can't say
you won't. Yeah.
Either way at this point.
Would you, I completely lost what I was going to ask you. Completely gone.
I wouldn't.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I was going to say, could you have gone your whole life without seeing it?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
And you don't feel like you missed anything?
No.
Okay. So the verdict is?
Slash. And I'm happy with that.
Smear.
I feel justified.
Yay.
So.
I would have been pissed if it was really good.
Yeah.
Been like, what the hell?
But I had so many people that I respect, and I respect their horror opinions, and I expect their movie opinions, say that.
I know.
So good.
Me too. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what commercial you saw because I would never even consider.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
There's something else we both saw.
Yeah.
Before we get into what we're actually talking about today.
Yes.
We're halfway through the episode, but.
Oops.
We both saw Wicked.
Wow, good job.
We both saw Wicked.
I even want to like talk about it, guys. Y'all can't know my inner thoughts about Wicked.
I honestly, same. Let's talk about it after the podcast. I feel like this podcast does.
Y'all don't deserve it. Sorry. No, I'll say it.
Y'all don't deserve it.
I'll say it with my chest.
Y'all don't deserve to know our opinions.
No.
But we do.
But we say it. Yeah. Anyway,
that's all we're gonna say about that.
Before that, we did go to the movies.
We did
together again.
One and the same. We're both together forever.
And we saw
Heretic
with sexy Hugh Grant. Very fine man. I just want to watch Love Actually now.
Really?
With him? Hugh Grant.
No, that movie's horrible.
You're wrong. You and Kirst both hate that movie.
I do. And you know what I would watch? I would watch a music and lyrics with
Hugh Grant?
Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore.
I love him so much.
It's a good
And I loved him in this. Spoiler for my opinions.
I loved him too. I thought he was a very unconventional villain to me.
Yeah. I think
just him, like Hugh Grant.
Yes, yeah. I think him, not necessarily the written character, but him as a villain. Mm-hmm. Is unconventional because he's always been a good guy. Yeah. He's always been a good guy. So for those of you who don't know, Heretic is the story of two young Mormon women on their mission, and they are canvassing this city, and they arrive on Hugh Grant's door to speak with him about the Book of Mormon. Mm-hmm. He seems all fine and kind and sweet old little man.
Yeah. Invites them in. Well, my wife's here and she's making pie.
Because they have to have a woman present.
Right.
They see no woman, but they take his word for it.
Because he's very charming.
He's very charming. He even, one of the things that like freaked me out was when he opened the door, he was kind of being like, I don't want y'all to come in, because he knows that that's what they're pushed to, like they would be wary if somebody was like, come on in and talk about, you know. So anyway, they never see the wife and trouble quickly finds them.
And there's a storm a brewing outside. It is a little wintry, fun little wintry horror.
Oh yeah, very very wintry, chilly.
I guess first, what are your overall thoughts about it?
Overall thoughts is it was not what I expected it to be. I think as somebody who has had a lot of conversations around religion and grew up in a very religious household, like that part was not anything like super fascinating to me. Especially like I studied some religion in school and things like that. So it wasn't anything like new, but the parts that I really related to were somebody coming at you for what you believe in and you're expected to have answers for it. And I've always told people, like, when I get in conversations like that, like, I'm not a confrontational person, and I'm not like I'm not the type of person. I'm not going to debate you. I'm not going to have facts. Like, I'm really bad at doing that. I know that. So I could never do that and be like, this is what I believe because blah, 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 this is right. This is, you know, because honestly, I'm a human. I don't know what's right. I don't, like, that's kind of my whole belief is like, I don't know what's right. I don't know. It's like but I do believe in something and I have faith in something. So I think that's the part that like kind of made me like cringe, because he's coming at them with all these facts. And I'm a very like, not even gullible, but I just like can understand things very well from other people's positions. I can put myself
in someone's eyes.
Yes.
Like,
and
head.
To the point where I'm like, oh, I believe this, but it's not like actually what I believe. So I would be screwed in this situation.
I'd be like, oh, you're right. You're totally right.
I would go straight. I'll go straight
to don't believe.
I'll go straight to the cage, open it up myself, and lock myself in. That's what I do. I'd be like, all right. But overall, I think it was very good. I think the monologues were great. Hugh Grant was great. I think that they got a very, like, he was just fantastic. I think the two girls were also very fantastic, very believable, especially the not Sister Barnes, the other one.
Yeah, I forgot her name.
She was like,
I was gonna say the same thing.
She was like, I've never seen an actress act like that. And it was fantastic, amazing.
Like, she opens up by talking about, like, what is she's talking about, sex or something.
Yeah.
And
she's like, it's not like I've ever seen it, but like, and she just talks so naturally.
Yeah, it's like this way that someone who has grown up like that would talk, and
it's fascinating.
Like, that personality, like a super like bubbly, innocent, awkward.
Yeah. Doesn't really.
Very eager.
Yeah.
Personality.
And it wasn't like a caricature. The way she did it was so like natural and subtle.
Yes, agree.
Yeah,
I really liked her. I thought she did good. And then
that would be 10 times harder for me to play as such a nuanced character like that than Sister Barnes, who's a very like, I believe in this, and I'm a very smart, straightforward. Yeah, like, which she was great too.
Yeah,
but
she was very good too. But it was just like an interesting, like them two together was
contrast,
really good.
Yeah,
and I think in some ways, even though I probably shouldn't have, I did expect it to go like a certain way. Like Sister Barnes was going to be like the one, you know, and not her. Like I thought she was, because of her, the way she was, like, and so I don't know. I thought that was really like.
Well, I think
it played on your kind of like the stereotypes
and your perceptions, yeah. But then I think by the end, when you realize why she's the one to have ended up in the final situation, we can spoil this, right? Like y'all should have seen this, right?
Yeah,
Okay, y'all should have seen it by now. I think by the end, because I'm like, oh my god, what? Sister Barnes died? That's crazy. I thought she was going to be the final girl. She was going to defeat him, whatever. Oh, it turns out she's the one that figured it out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, he let her figure it out, led her to this because she was the perceived weaker one.
Yeah.
You know? But obviously he underestimated her a little bit.
Right.
But again, overall, I think I would have appreciated it more if it was a little bit more thriller, marketed more as a thriller, maybe. There was some random gore that I was like, what?
Yeah.
And like was kind of trying to be comic relief too, like when he's digging around for her next one on in her arm.
Yeah.
That was absolutely uncalled for to me.
That was gross. I had learned how to close my eyes. I was like,
yeah, I didn't watch. I was
and
like,
then
hell
like the blueberry pie.
Yeah, the throwing up, because
she was throwing.
Could have done without that.
Pie, like, did not need that.
Yeah.
It's strange because in some ways I do wish it had been a supernatural.
Supernatural, really?
Yeah.
I'm glad it wasn't. Personally, I was worried that that's where it was going, and so I was like, oh no, please don't be a ghost.
But I think it was a ghost, but like something demonic.
Oh yeah.
Like.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it rode the line too much, because you're wishing that it would have gone like just a little bit more that way, and I'm wishing it would go
the other way.
Yeah. So I think that it rode the line a little bit, because it did have almost, you know.
Yeah, it was just, I really did like it, and it kept me engaged the whole time, and kept me thinking the whole time, and just like when it ended up being that he was keeping these women in cages.
He's just a regular old serial killer. He just has a different thing.
Yeah.
Like they all do. And it's a very strange thing. And I swear, like, the best way I've been able to sum it up is like, man discovers social studies, because his whole thing was like, isn't it crazy how our upbringing and the people that are around us influence who we become?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's like what happens. And he's like, the reason
why
you're here.
When I was 10 years old.
Yeah, I was like, okay. He was like, the reason why you're here right now is because somebody told you to do this, and somebody told them to do this. And I'm like, yeah, that's how life works. It's like, I don't know what you want.
Right.
Like, what bomb do you expect this to be dropped? Like, that's I'm so glad you discovered that. And he also had a thing with plagiarism. Because he was like... And I was like, okay.
Spiel.
Yeah. Like, inspiration.
Like,
I don't know. That's art. I don't know.
It's literally like life.
That's also literally just life.
Art imitates life and imitates art. And art imitates life. It just is what it is. Because we're all humans and it's all human existence.
What it is.
It's all human experience and it's just tweaked in different ways.
And there's nothing new under the sun, as I've said to myself every single day for all my life. So...
And I don't know if, like, the point was that it was supposed to be this, like, oh, you're supposed to have this revelation. Or if it was just this old man living in his own revelations, you know?
Yeah. You mean, like, the point of the movie?
If the writers or whatever, if they wanted to be like, oh, look at this.
Well, that's what I'm like, I feel like no, because of the ending.
Yeah.
Because at the end, all he wanted was control, just like all serial killers and that kind of, mental disorder. Mm-hmm. But up until then, I was like, why are they trying to, like, drop this religious, like, they're trying to say something without actually saying anything and showing you that this is what religion can lead to. Yeah. And so I think, again, it missed some sort of like commitment mark on either one. I mean, I think it worked because like if you think about it, once you see the ending and look back at everything, he's literally just wants to yap and torture some girls before he kills one and then puts the other in a cage. Like that's what serial killers do. They want to yap, they want to torture someone. Yeah,
with their yapping.
Or...
like, just kill me.
Yeah.
You don't have to yap, just kill me.
They want to play... They want to feel like they're the smartest. So, like, looking back at the lens that he's just a serial killer, you're like, okay, true. He's just an elaborate... Like, he follows the exact same...
pattern.
He's such a stereotype for a serial killer. He just has a different guise than normal. Yeah. Like, a regular old run-of-the-mill serial killer.
Yeah. I will say the scariest part was the spider coming out of the pipe.
Oh my god, that's terrified me. That CGI spider.
It's CGI spider really scared me.
Yeah, I immediately just looked over at you. I was like,
as I saw it in the pipe, I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Is that a spider?" I swear to God. And then it just like jumped out, and I was like, "That was rude."
Yeah, uncalled for.
Uncalled for.
Uncalled for. But I did really, really like it.
I did too. I enjoyed it. I liked the end too. Yeah. I thought it was a poetic ending.
Yes. I think it was a beautiful.
And I like when things there's like a little hint of something and then it comes back around. Yeah. Just to be, not even to be explained, just to be like
this is
mentioned
it.
Again. Yeah.
You trust your audience, know that they're smart enough to put it together.
Yes, and I do like that. Like when a writer isn't just spelling it out for you. It's like, I'm going to trust that you can
figure it out,
put two and two together. And if you don't get it, if it goes over your head,
then you're dumb.
Then you're stupid.
You're stupid.
Yes, stupid. So I'm like, I feel smart. Thanks.
I'm so smart.
Because I get it.
Thank you. Yeah. I think it was also really sweet to see like the two recognize the strengths in each other. As well, like especially because there was no right answer the whole time because he knew exactly what they were going to do. Yeah. And he had a plan. They're like working together even if they failed at something. I think they still were like able to see and like recognize why the other person would have done something and vice versa, especially being so different. Like I was worried there was going to be a lot of like arguing between the two, but I'm glad that wasn't the case. Like they realized that they needed to work together to get out of this, and like it was a very traumatic experience, so they were understanding of each other's like freakouts, you know. So I appreciated that too. And I do think that, I mean, Hugh Grant is just amazing, and I did love the way that he was like talking in the monologues and things like that. Very like
I did like him in this role.
Engaging. Yeah, he was very
engaging.
It
was very good to see. I like when they bring in actors who like traditionally would not be viewed as a villain.
And he didn't need to even
necessarily
do anything malicious.
Right.
Barely. Hardly.
Until the ends, really. But like...
He was acting like...
He was literally just talking normal, talking like he would talk in a rom-com.
And that was also what's terrifying, too, because you're like, they're stuck in here, and he's talking normally, like, making jokes. Yeah. You know?
So. Acting like this is completely normal.
Yeah. But... I don't know. Looking back at it through the lens of just thinking he's a serial killer, that's what I've been doing, you know, in hindsight. And it just makes it everything like make more sense, which I don't know, like if I would have liked it to be strictly a religious, like motivated thing. One thing I did think based on the like one preview that I saw was that there would be more of a like more to do with like the labyrinth. Like I thought it was gonna be like a little Saw-esque. Yeah, a little like I really thought because like it was like choose this door, you know, you're gonna go down. I mean, they both led to the same place, obviously. And the ending was like a little wooden, or the end of the trailer had the little wooden like labyrinth thing. Yeah, and it puzzle. Really, I don't know. I thought there'd just be more, but they're really just in this one big room the whole time. Yeah, so, and it had like one way to get out. Yeah, and you're like, okay. And I think even getting lost in the room, like I was not necessarily super disoriented. Yeah. And I get lost easily. Yeah. So I was just like, oh, that room goes into there. You just have to go through there. You know, like. Right. It was strange house, but I don't know. I guess it was like once she was down, further down, but. Yeah, even then. I still feel like it didn't use it like I thought it would based on the trailer. And I thought it was going to be like, get out of here by this time or this thing's going to get you. Same. Yeah. Same. And maybe it could have benefited from that. Yeah. Or maybe not. I don't know. It was a little... There was not a lot happening besides him talking at them trying to get out, some lady and blueberry pie. Yeah. It was a very like simple, so pretty small cast. I mean, very small cast. The random preacher, whatever, bishop, whatever he is, come by, which I guess was just to kind of add an element of hope. Yeah, and then absolutely strip away. For it to be like, pointless. Which, like, it was rough. That was rough. Because it's like, what was that? Because you're like, kind of like, what was the point of him? Like, he literally didn't do anything. Yeah, literally just to get your hopes up. But I think that was it. Like, this, like, hope that comes with faith and hope. And sometimes, all the time, faith and hope are abused. And being trusting young ladies and being a trusting man. Yeah. Take this man for his word, because why wouldn't you? Right. He was believable. I would have believed him. Oh, 100%. I'd be like, oh, okay, you don't have two women in your... There are no bikes. There's no... I mean, in a snowstorm, I would have no reason not to believe him. I think the part that broke my heart the most in the movie was when he goes downstairs in their little room, and they're desperately trying to light that match to let them know that they're down there. Yeah. Which I don't think I would... Like, you can't even see in the storm. There's nothing... Like, that was a... complete last ditch. A literal pipe dream. A pipe dream, literally. And he just goes, here, let me get that. And then strikes it for her. Because he knows, like, he has them exactly where he wants them. And that made my heart break a little bit. So I was like, damn, they're not getting out of this. Like, in any easy fashion. I didn't see a way out. I would have been screwed. Me too. I'd have eaten that pie. Been like, let me go out with a delicious pie. A delicious bang. Do you have one that's not been spit up in, please? So gross. Nasty. Yeah. At the same time, like, could we have taken him for you and me? Could we have taken him? Hugh Grant? Yeah. I would have seduced him. Been like,
Ooh.
Hey, Hugh.
Okay, if that didn't work.
But you.
Could we have taken him? Like, what if we like hid, on this side?
Yeah.
So you couldn't see. And then just jump him. Like, why don't people ever do that? I mean, okay, you might get beat up or stabbed, whatever, but you're going to die anyways.
Yeah. He didn't have weapons until they had weapons.
True.
He used theirs.
Like, you could have jumped on his back, put your hand around his neck. There's two of you. We could have done it together.
Yeah. I was sat on him.
Yeah, you sit on him. I knee him hold my knee on his throat.
Yeah.
You sit on his balls.
Okay. I can do that.
Not in a good way.
Okay, next time. Either way, I'm gonna be sitting on. Okay, never mind. Cut that.
No, I'm not. I'm not going through this to cut that.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. You got distracted by his balls.
Yeah, why don't they just take them?
People don't ever think about that. About just taking them.
Just rush them.
Just rush them. Surprise attack.
He didn't have cameras.
The worst thing is that you might get beat up a little. Yeah. And you might die, but you're going to die anyways.
And I go, ow, ow, ow. That hurt.
Yeah.
I think I would have... what would you have done if you go into someone's house and he goes, the walls are all metal. Hope that's okay.
I probably would have done the same thing.
I know. I'd probably been like, oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah. But now I'm like, why didn't anybody...
Clock
like,
that.
how many metal wall houses do you know?
Right.
Besides the one now for sale in our town.
Which one?
You know that tin castle?
Yeah.
It's for sale now.
Wait, tin castle?
It's like a tin compound. There's 20 rooms.
Yeah. And it looks like disgusting inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No phone service, I bet.
I bet not. I bet there's like a labyrinth under that house.
That would be the place.
We should go.
We should go be like, can we please tour this house?
We toured this house and we
be like, okay, guys, this is the real Heretic.
Yes.
What's up, you guys? Today we are doing the real Heretic challenge.
We're going to find.
And then I'm like, why does it say in Matthew, blah, blah, blah? And then you're like, I don't know. Eat some pie.
We just acted out.
Yeah, we recreated. But they're like, this is what should have happened.
Just in that house for no reason.
I wish they would have had like a cool one where they're like, guess that's pie on your face, and then slam pie. Yeah. And that would have been awesome.
They're like, you like blueberry pie? Well, how do you like them blueberry pies?
Bam. And it's poison pie.
Yeah.
The poison pie.
Mm-hmm.
Poison pie.
Love a good poison pie. Anyways, so do you slash or slay it?
I'll slay it.
Me too.
I do slay it.
Me too.
I think that it was, I went in with different expectations, but I was not disappointed by what they gave me.
Same.
Yeah.
And I think, like a year from now, I could watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
I could be like, oh, wait, I want to see that again.
It would be a good November horror movie.
It would. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Put that on the list.
And I want to see that both women and Hugh Grant in more horror movies.
Amen. Sister Barnes is in Yellow Jackets.
And she's in Boogeyman.
Yes.
So she's in the horror world.
She's in her horror era.
Good for her. We need another brown hair bang girl in the horror world besides Jenna Ortega. Love you, Jenna, but we need another one.
We do. Oh, another thing I saw. Beetlejuice.
And? That's what I thought. I'm so glad that you're that the two that I was like, I have no interest in seeing. I can mark those off as don't need to see.
It was fine.
Yeah, it was fine.
So, amen. Hallelujah.
What do they say? The Lord be with you.
Blessed be.
And also with you. You're supposed to say. That's the response, yeah.
Sorry.
And also with you. Yeah. And also with you.
Guys, next week we will be doing our Nick Cage
Slash and Cage.
We did not do one for the month of November.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
We just had to do the Hunger Games. Hello.
We did, and there's another reason, right?
Probably
just
wanted to do other things. I don't know.
I did get sick in November.
Yeah, you're always sick.
I'm always sick.
Sick of me.
Sick of a dog.
Yeah.
So we're doing The Frozen Ground. So it's available on Netflix. Mm-hmm. So if you want to watch that before we talk about it next week, then do that.
Do that, and then the next week will be our Christmas episode, which will be so exciting. We have some exciting things planned, and of course, we'll at least mention Krampus. At least. The least we can do. The least we could do. Thank you for listening. Mm-hmm. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope you've had a wonderful December so far. Yep. And go see Wicked. Unless you don't like musicals, and don't go see Wicked.
Or it could turn you.
You know what? That's true. Go see it. Everybody go see Wicked.
It could turn you. So.
It could turn you. Green. Follow us on Instagram at slashandslaypod.
TikTok /and/slay_pod.
And send us an email at slashandslaypod@gmail.com.
That's all.
We love you guys.
Love you. Bye.